As we continue our coverage of Conference USA Media Day, we're honored to have the Commissioner of Conference USA, Britton. Banowsky. Commissioner, good to have you with us today.
Nice to see you, Ron.
The landscape of college football and college athletics has changed so much over the last year. July 1st, when you looked at what was set for Conference USA, how pleased were you?
You know, I can tell you we could not have scripted it any better. We have a group of universities that have a common mission. We share a sense of value. We want to be the best we possibly can be. We have a lot of new faces, but with that comes a lot of new energy. And we're kind of buoyed by that energy. So we're excited. We have really no idea who's going to win the conference this next year, but that's not our, we don't speculate about those things. We just kind of put the pieces together and see what happens.
You talk about the energy, and we were talking about with the coaches from the East and some of the new coaches that are going to be part of Conference USA. There was a noticeable energy, not only among those who have been in Conference USA, but especially those that are coming into Conference USA.
You know, it's fresh. I won't say we were getting stale, but I think this refreshing has been very good, not only for the schools that are ongoing members of Conference USA, but certainly for the new ones. We have great stories that we really didn't fully appreciate, but have an opportunity to tell now. We'll see some of these schools, Ron, take off the way some of our schools in the past may have once they get an opportunity to be exposed, and we very much appreciate what you do and what Fox does, providing exposure for the conference. So it's a great time to be the commissioner. I'm more excited now with the group of universities we have and the opportunity we have than I've ever been before.
Do you think things are set right now, or do you see in the near future more movement?
Well, I don't see movement in the near future. I think most people around the country are a little tired of the conference realignment. It was taxing. Things have stabilized, which is great. We're going to stay focused. We're going to be ready if change happens, but we're not in an active move of expansion right now. We're in an evaluation period.
When you talk to the coaches, one of the things that excites them so much is the bowl tie-ins. You have 6 bowl tie-ins coming up again. Of course, the championship game in the Liberty Bowl, the Heart of Dallas Bowl. Talk about the bowl tie-ins.
Well, we're blessed and always have been to be able to find a nice bowl home for all of our eligible teams. That's something that's been bedrock with the conference. So this year is no different. We have a great lineup. We have a long-standing relationship with the Liberty Bowl that'll obviously host our champion. We have some great destination bowls in St. Petersburg and Hawaii and New Orleans. We have a bowl here in Dallas, Heart of Dallas. So we have a great lineup this year. We have 6 bowl tie-ins going forward. Everyone's kind of working on their new bowl lineup, and so we're busy about that as well, and expect to have great things going forward.
What is so impressive, and I've been around the conference since its inception, and Mike Slive was commissioner, as a matter of fact. I look at the football schedule now, and I see 80 games on TV between Fox and CBS College. That is an impressive package.
You know, it's happened naturally. It's evolved. We have great partners, and you guys are at the top of the list, obviously. And the product is, I think, good product, and people want to see it. And so to be able to expose that product to large audiences is hugely beneficial for the schools, and it's a great set of relationships. And so it's important obviously for recruiting and for them to be able to establish their brand in the marketplace. And so we're excited to give them the opportunity to do it.
One thing that Conference USA has been very diligent about working on is the digital era, and going to the website and being able to stream things. We're streaming right now, of course, obviously. How important is that to get the word out in the brand name of Conference USA, to use that digital network?
I mean, it's a tool, obviously a very powerful tool, because we're able to capture more content and deliver it to a worldwide audience, and it's cost effective, and we're able to touch and tell a lot of stories in ways that traditional TV, historically hasn't enabled us to do. And so we've always wanted to innovate and be on the cutting edge of that. I've got a great staff of folks who partner with our technology partners in developing really good content, and our schools have bought in. Our schools are working diligently to find the stories on their campuses, not only streaming events live, but also telling the feature stories of the student athletes that are, as you know, oftentimes so impressive, and we just don't get to learn of them. So it's a great tool. We want to fully exploit it, and we're getting great help from a lot of folks in doing so.
I'd be remiss if I didn't ask you about the changing nature of college athletics. A lot of the commissioners from the Big 12 to the SEC have brought up the fact that there has to be some type of movement, some type of change going on. How do you view that? And nobody's talking about succession or anything like that right now, but you know, where do you see this going?
You know, I just came from our print media day, and so a lot of the same types of questions. You know, I've been around now long enough to be able to have an appreciation for how college athletics has evolved, the pressure points external on college athletics, and frankly, there are a lot of problems that we're going to have to find solutions to, and we need to get busy doing that. The frustration I think you're hearing from others is a shared frustration. We all have it. We have issues of student athlete health and safety that need to get, it should be the highest priority we have.
Absolutely.
We need to spend some time on it and get solutions. We have issues of student athlete financial aid packaging and creating more robust financial aid packages, particularly in light of some of the commercial influx we're having and the coaches' salaries and these kinds of things. These are all challenges that we haven't effectively addressed to date. And I think what you're picking up on is a shared frustration, and certainly I have that as well.
It sounds like everyone does, and there's talk of federations. And you know, it's almost like we've got to do something or we're going to lose what we have. Am I right in thinking that we've got to move forward, or as you mentioned, you know, about being not stagnant, but staying in one place?
Yeah, I just think it's important for us to all take some ownership and responsibility for the long term of intercollegiate athletics, its relationship to higher education. And what we need to do is make sure that those that have the most equity in the system, those that are particularly challenged in ways that some others aren't, have a big voice. And you know, that's where the leadership is, and that's where, you know, we need to find a way to partner to find solutions. And so I think it's a healthy conversation, and one that's time to have. You know, we spend so much time on conference realignment. Maybe it's time to think in terms of some system realignment. So I think it's a good time for that.
And it's also a good time for Conference USA. Exciting year, looking forward to it. Commissioner, thanks for stopping by.
Thank you, Ron, and thanks to John Heike and the rest of the folks here at Fox who do such a great job for us.
All right, we'll be back with more coaches in just a moment.